So let me tell y'all the story of when I was homeless and used to sleep on the beach. So when I was 18, I moved to Miami with a ex. The ex mom put me out literally within 3 months of me moving to Florida. So imagine you just moved to a brand new state, you thinking you good, and then they put you out. Y'all, this is why it's important to get a little bit of background knowledge on who you dating, because come to find out, my ex and her mom did not have a great relationship.
First mistake she made was moving to another state with someone who was living with their mother. So her ex didn't even have her own place. So she has no control over the rules and regulations of what goes on in that house. That was the first mistake she made.
And when I got there, her mom was mad as hell. It's like she was bugging us and on our ass about getting a job. As soon as I got a job, she's like, "Oh, they giving out jobs." But I had just started my job at the Guitar Hotel in Florida, the hotel casino. It wasn't a guitar back then. It was just a regular hotel, the Hard Rock. So I had just started my job as a host at one of the restaurants there. And what I did was I used to work overnight so that during the day I could sleep on the beach. You know, during the day they not gonna bother you, but at night they'll be like, no sleeping, you can't stay here, you gotta leave. So what I did was I made sure I worked overnight. So I used to work from 11 at night to 8 in the morning. Then I go to the gym, shower, and go to the beach.
I will say shout out to her though for making the best of her situation. Some people would have been broken by that experience. She was actually pretty smart about it, getting an overnight job, so she had some income, she had some money coming in. Then during the day, she would sleep on the beach, which is Miami, so it was it was warm, so you could probably get away with it. Get you a little beach blanket, a little umbrella, sleep during the day, shower up, and still go about your day. So you kind of can circumvent not really having a place until you stack up some money from your job. So it's actually pretty smart.
Lay out on the beach the whole day. Literally, nobody knew. And then I know some people was talking about what about my circadian rhythm. Ain't nobody thinking when you going through shit, when you're homeless, when you're trying to survive, you're not thinking about all this other shit that you would normally think about if you wasn't. But yeah, that's how I got through my day to day, and I think I was doing that for about, I'll say, a month and a half. Yeah, I did it for about a month and a half. Then I ended up finding, actually, one of the guys who I used to work with. He ended up renting out one of the rooms in his house. So I ended up renting out a room in his house, and we did it like that. And yeah, y'all, this just to show hard times do not last, but you really gotta have a strong mindset. You cannot have a weak mindset when you're going through shit. When you're going through stuff, that's the perfect time to get strong up here, because you can't be weak minded and going through stuff. You already struggling. So you just gotta make sure you keeping yourself together, keeping your mind healthy, and you gotta know that it's not gonna last. Like, even I could go through a tough time right now and I know that it's not gonna last. You have to really believe that. That's why I tell people all the time, don't worry about what you're going through, because as long as you don't lose your mind, you can lose anything. Like me, I know I could lose anything in this world, I could lose everything, but as long as I don't lose my mind, I'm good. And you gotta know that, and you gotta be confident in that. And yeah, anybody who's going through something like this, I really hope it get better. Now I live in Asia. You never know where life will take you.
Mm, from homeless to living in Asia. Again, like I said, shout out to her. She definitely was definitely strong willed, definitely disciplined, and definitely was a good idea to work overnight and make the best of her situation.
Guys, the wait list for Section 8 is 20 years. By the time Section 8 reaches out and calls me, I'll be like 67. Okay? I need y'all to engage with me. You, okay? Please. Please, y'all. 67? Yo, 67 years old, man. Look at my situation right now. Look. I'm in a telly right now, and y'all know I'm homeless. Engage with me. Engage with y'all good sis. Show me some love. It's free. It's free to start from the bottom up. This video come across your phone, share it. Help me.
So we seen the previous video and now we just seen this one. Two different mindsets and you have two different outcomes. On one hand, you had one lady who put herself in not the best predicament, but she found a way out. In this situation, you have I guess she's a content creator. She's homeless and she's basically begging for her subscribers to view her content so she can make money when she really should be out here looking for a job. Again, banking on social media to save you is very risky and it's unpredictable. And the one thing that you need when you are homeless is predictability and guaranteed income.
So I'm homeless, you guys, and I don't know what else to do. I've done everything. I have prayed and prayed and cried and prayed and prayed and cried. I've put in the work. You know, faith without works is dead. I've reached out to content creators, influencers, big content creators and influencers. I've contacted Pastor Philip Anthony at 2819 Church, Southwest Atlanta. I've sent the church an email letting them know I'm homeless, I'm struggling. I've contacted Country Wayne, Tyler Perry. I've sent them DMs. I've contacted Sierra from Love and Hip Hop Atlanta. I've contacted, I've spoken with Chaotic from Love and Hip Hop Atlanta. It's like, then some people who I send DMs to, they just read my DMs and don't even respond. So it seems like nobody cares that I'm struggling.
I don't know if this brother is trolling or not, doing this for likes and views, but he reached out to everyone but a job center. He reached out to everyone. He reached out for any and everything but a job application. Why would these random celebrities who don't know you from a can of paint, why would they help you? I mean, let's make it make sense. I mean, it's millions of homeless people throughout the world, and instead of trying to help yourself, you did everything but the best option, which would have been trying to get a job. I don't know what it is in this world that we live in, 2025, where people think that, content creation is going to somehow save them from a life of poor choices. Again, content creation is great. Having digital real estate and a digital footprint is excellent. But thinking that you're going to be able to circumvent a 9 to 5 is just not going to be a viable option for most people.
Stay for 60 seconds. I'm currently homeless and living in my car. I've been living in my car for about 4 months, and I am back in a position where I don't even have enough money in my bank account to get gas. I would greatly appreciate anyone that would support me or donate. Anything helps. I'll put all of my tipping handles on the screen. I can't do Uber or DoorDash right now just because of safety issues with my car and because I literally don't have any space for groceries or orders within my car. I don't have any space in my trunk or in my back seat or in the passenger seat. So I'm kind of just stuck in this predicament of trying to get a job, but also barely hanging on. So again, I would greatly appreciate anyone that sends anything. And yeah, I love you guys and thank you so much.
These type of stories, especially in this day and age, you never know what's real and what's fake. Again, like I said, definitely, no one wants to see anyone else homeless. But then again, I'm always very wary when I see people coming to social media and they got the Cash App, the Venmo, the PayPal, and they're looking for other people who are probably struggling and just trying to make ends meet themselves to send them money and donate. I just don't. I just really don't understand it. She said she couldn't do DoorDash, she couldn't do Uber because her car is too junky. Okay, I can understand it, but why not take a few hours, try to clean up, tidy, and condense some things down, and do food delivery? I mean, DoorDash. I mean, it's most of the time you what 1 or 2 bags of food. I mean, how much room is that going to take up? 1 or 2 drinks to at least try to help yourself instead of just coming online and literally being virtually panhandling.
I'm not gonna lie, honestly, I am just so tired of being homeless. Not only am I having to deal with all these weird people out here asking me stuff, keep constantly coming up to me, spelling all types of stuff, but then I have to sleep out here. And it's not the problem of sleeping out here, it's the fact of dealing with these people that are on stuff. And then it's okay, right now it's raining. and it's like I have to protect my cats. I have to protect everything. Also worrying about if anyone's gonna come up to me and try to take my stuff, and all of it's so tiring and stuff. Like, I've never explained my whole life. I mean, I just want a life to start already. I just want something. Hopefully I can get something, like a place.
He seems to be a little bit judgmental of these other homeless people when he's homeless himself, saying he don't want to be around them. They smell, they stink, and I mean all these other derogatory things. But yet he's in the same boat as them. I mean, he looks to be like a relatively young guy. Not sure, his mental status or if he's able-bodied. But I mean, if you're at the point where you're homeless and living on the street, I mean, the first thing I would be trying to do is get into some type of armed service recruiter office and join the force, join the armed service, and at least try to bring some stability to my life.
In Mexico living in his car?
No, I am not. This is an unposted video from 5 months ago when I was living in my car. This goes to show you, man, a lot of things can happen for you in 6 months. You could change your life in 5, 4. It does not matter. I was sitting here. I made those window covers by hand. I used to literally go to the gym every single morning, bro. Lock in. Abs was going crazy, bro. I did not miss a day. There was days I didn't eat, but I didn't miss the gym. So this is me charging my power bank right here, playing a little basketball before my little gym session. Had a peek at the baddies in the pool real quick. Say, nah, that's weird. Yeah, worked out a little bit, and I just wanted to take a little shower. This water pressure was crazy, bro. I swear, that just pushed me in the face. Saw a fan at Walmart. That surprised me. Your boy getting noticed out here, Mr. Big Famaso. You know what I mean? Bought some stuff to cook. It's the end of the night. I'm eating my back to human bar, and I was just thinking, I can't believe I got scammed out of $300. I was trying to buy a camera to make content for you guys. See how much I love y'all? And you can't even share my video? Come on, bruh.
As you can see, this video is another example of how having staying disciplined and having a positive mindset no matter what you're going through and how far that can take you. We've seen videos where people just want to come online and essentially say, hey, I'm homeless, I'm broke, here's my Cash App, here's my Venmo, here's my PayPal, donate to me. Here we have a young man who is homeless, living out his car, which is, very popular form of content nowadays, but he's not dry begging. He's taking you through his day, showing you how he gets up, he works out, makes his food, showers, and presents it and packages it in a form where he's not dry begging. He's trying to help himself. And as we seen in the first clip, we had the young lady who moved to Miami with her girlfriend, who was living with her mom. And that may have not been the best decision, but when it didn't work out, she found a way. She got a job overnight, slept on the beach, um, stacked her money up, and then an opportunity presented itself where she could move into someone's house, and she was able to better her life and ultimately move to Asia. Again, mindset is very important. It's one thing to, we all slip and fall, but you never want to stay down. You always want to stay positive and continue to grind and understand faith without works is dead. But let me know what you think in the comments below. I look forward to hearing from you. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and share.